The sun is very bright, but welcome back to the channel. This video, I want to name off all the parts and pieces that I'm actually going to be putting into this car to make it kind of like a replica M5. And that's pretty much the whole reason why I've been gone for a whole month. And let me just state that this build is not going to be cheap. It's going to be probably around $10,000. So putting $10,000 into a 14-year-old car sounds very, very stupid. But reality is, I feel like that this car could last for so much longer if it's just maintained very, very well. The only problem is that I'm having is the injectors. So when I actually changed out the cylinder 6 injector in the last video, it actually solved all of the problems. Matter of fact, the boost is back, ignition is working, combustion is fine, compression's fine. Not one cylinder is having one issue right now. I'm so sorry for the lighting. It's gonna just be really bad, and that was really scary. So I created a whole list of what I still need to do for this car. So currently this car is mostly cosmetic on the outside. It's got a $270 carbon fiber spoiler in the back, which isn't super big, but it does accent the car enough to be like, okay, cool. The rest of it's DIY. So the rims, calipers, and the plasti dip, all DIY. That cost me probably about $1,000 right there, which I do really regret, but it's got to be fixed. So this doesn't include new wheels, which does need to happen. I just haven't found any yet, and those are going to be expensive. For real, welcome to freaking Colorado, where the sun is just stupid bright. Can't get good lighting anywhere. I'm gonna go over exactly what I have here. It's a total of $8,954, and this is before taxes and shipping. So this is gonna be like a $10,000 build if I really decide to go with it this way. So first off, the thing that I wanna do is mostly like an interior thing, which this is huge because currently I have an OEM steering wheel. And this is what it looks like. It's not great, and it's got the heated steering, which I love, but it's a boring steering wheel, and I feel like the interior of cars really pops out and makes you really love your car more, and that's something that this car needs. Even though it's a 14-year-old car, it's still something that could entice me to keep this car longer. Because that's the whole idea, is to keep the car until I can afford something that I really, really want. But it's just been having so many issues lately, and that's the entire reason why I've been like, oh, I want to sell it, I want to sell it. Which maybe I haven't even stated in this channel or these videos. So firstly, this is a 2010 BMW 535xi with an N54 engine and an E60 chassis. So unfortunately, I don't have paddle shifters, and I wish I did, but I can't really install them because you do need coding, you do need rewiring, and you do need new airbags, which is so much more money and so much more complicating. So a new steering wheel without paddle shifters from Carbon-tastic is about $1,200. And that would really change this car's interior a ton. Then I have tail lights, which I do feel like I should need, which are gonna be a GTS style. They have like a little activation for braking, startup, and then turning off. That's $700. Headlights, which these are gonna be more of like an M5 style headlight. Nothing with a brighter bulb or anything for OEM, because I don't like these OEM ones. I think they look stupid. That's $950. And granted, guys, this is all before taxes and shipping, so it's gonna be probably a little bit more expensive. This one's shocking me the most. It's an M5 conversion kit that has an E60 chassis. You can get this from eBay. It's $1,600. So what that'll include is a M5 front bumper, then an M5 back bumper, side skirts, and then I believe that's it. Oh, fog light bulbs. So it's cool that I can transform this into an M5. It's gonna cost a lot of money. And granted, I bought this car for $11,000. Then we have coilovers, which, yes, this car literally doesn't have any or very much mods on it, but the coilovers is $1,099. Downpipes, yep, that's right. I've done everything besides downpipes. It's $400. Charge pipe is $150. Blow off valve with that charge pipe is $262. An XHP tune or transmission tune is $240 for me. That'll include the combo with the flash license for life, which I love. Then $500 for Apple CarPlay, which is basically the screen that goes in the middle. I'm very hyped for that one because Apple CarPlay is amazing. A wrap. Now I know you guys might be thinking to yourself, why would you need another wrap if you have a plasti dip? Well, if I'm doing the M5 conversion kit, I gotta have a wrap because otherwise I'm gonna have primed pieces and be in the same position I was beforehand before this was wrapped. So it needs a wrap. Be about $800, and I would do that myself. And that's probably the most scary thing. Now the exhaust, probably gonna be a custom exhaust. I'm gonna give or take go to like an exhaust shop. Probably gonna be around probably $300 or $400. Unless I go with an aftermarket one that I can try and find something that I can make it into a dual-sided exhaust, dual ports. Because right now it's single side. It's only on the driver's side. I don't know how to do that, but we're gonna have to figure it out. And then the one that I'm really excited for as well is a digital cluster, and that is $1,053. So again, most of it's interior wise, it's really expensive because this thing is so old that I don't like to look at analogs. I like to look at digital clusters so that I can feel new, I can feel refreshed, right? And you might be thinking to yourself, well, what's gonna happen if those injectors fail? That's a good question. That's why I'm really scared to do all this, because if those injectors fail, which, by the way, if you go to FCP Euro and you get Index 12 injectors, which are the newer N54 injectors, you more than likely are not going to get a core charge, because for me, since I have OEM everything, my injectors were an Index 10, which means that they're the old school ones, and that's why they're probably failing so much. So, with this also being tuned, this is where we get into the other stuff that I already have done to it. So, like I was saying, it's got the spoiler, it's got the wrap, and all of the stuff was DIY, which I highly regret. It doesn't have any other modifications except for a 5-inch stepped BRSF front mount intercooler, and then it's got an MHD tune to it. So this has a stage 1 plus tune to it, and that's it. There's nothing really super special about it. It's got a burble tune, stock exhaust, like I said, no downpipes or anything. But the scary part is that if those injectors fail, that's 5 of them, it's gonna cost me around probably $2,200 or more. All brand new 6 injectors for Index 12 is $2,700 before tax. So, I'm playing with fire here. And there was a thought of getting an N55, which is still gonna happen. Matter of fact, I'm upgrading this car, but then what's gonna end up happening as well is that I am going to decide to get an F30 N55. I really enjoy the sounds of those cars, and everything that I want to do to it, I can do to it. I'm never gonna really single turbo one of these things, because honestly, I don't want the transmission to fail. These transmissions in an N54 E60, or in the 2010 era, can only handle about 600 wheel horsepower. It's all-wheel drive. This thing would be like a stock GTR, and it'll look cool. Looked like an M5, had stage 2 plus tune to it afterwards, and a stage 3 XHP tune. I mean, it would be phenomenal. The only thing that's really bumming me out about this entire thing is that the steering wheel, I can't have paddle shifters. I love the feel of paddle shifters. I love how they create such glory in driving and making sure that you can be speedy fast, even though I shouldn't be. I just don't like shifting with the center console. It's not fun. Paddle shifters, be fun. But I can't have that unless I want to spend like an extra like 500 bucks. I'm not doing that. And then you have to cut into the firewall and everything. It's just dumb. So we're not gonna do that. But anyways, guys, that is it for this video. That is exactly what I'm planning on doing to this car, and that's why I have not uploaded a video in about a month. I'm reconstructing this car. I'm planning out the entire thing, because this is a lot of money for me. Almost $10,000. When I bought this car, it was $11,000. It's just a crazy amount of money that I don't really want to spend, but at the same time, I want this thing to look cool, and it's just, I think it'll be worth it, hopefully. And if it's not, then I just wasted $10,000 that I don't have.